Hello, in this video I'm going to show the productivity tricks on Motorola Razr 70 Plus. Okay, so let's begin. We can begin with opening up the settings, then go to gestures. You gotta slow it down a little bit, and let's begin with the sidebar. Thanks to that, we'll be able to have the access to most necessary apps. First, you gotta enable it right in here. Also, we can open up the settings, and in here you can customize your sidebar. You can delete the things from the bar that you don't want and add the things that you want. So let's say that I want to get rid of the photos. I don't need that. Instead of, I would like to have maybe the recorder app, and let's say the Smart Connect maybe. Okay. Now, to open up the sidebar, it's located right in here. It's sticked to our edge, and we gotta slide to the middle to open it up. Now, if you click those square icons, you'll have access to all apps. And now, if you tap on one of those apps, it will open in the floating window, just like that. That's really cool for multitasking because our phone is still fully responsive. So for example, we can surf the internet and to watch a tutorial, for example, at the same time, right in here. When it comes to the floating window, we can adjust its size when we grab the edge. But remember that if you go too much, it will open up in the full screen. And if you go too, and if you make it smaller too much, it will minimalize and it will be sticked to our edge. If you tap on that, you can also change its position when you grab the bar right in here. You can place it anywhere that you want. If you tap on this bar, you can also minimalize it, and it will be really, really small, and it's also sticked to our edge. If you tap on that, it will appear once again. Pretty useful. We can also open up the split view from the level of the sidebar. To do it, hold on one icon. Place it, for example, on the top or on the downside, release, and now select the second app that you want to open in the floating, in the split screen. Let's say that I'll pick the YouTube, and now as you take a look, we have two apps open at the same time. The screen has been perfectly split in half. So we can, for example, count something, and at the same time, we can also watch the tutorial, for example, or any video that we want on our YouTube. Of course, you can pick a lot of different apps than Calculator and YouTube. You can also adjust the size of each window. So for example, now we have really big YouTube and a small calculator. We can also go in the opposite side. But remember that if you go too much and release your finger, one of the apps will be closed and the second one will open in the full screen. If you double click this bar, you can swap the sides of the app. We can also enter the floating window and the split screen from the level of the recent apps. To do it, we gotta first open some apps. Let's say I will pick the calculator once again and maybe Facebook. Now, open up the recent apps. In here, if you click on that icon, you'll open up the app in the floating window. Let me only open up maybe something else. Oh, actually, we can only open up the freeform from the level of the recent apps. But I have already shown you how we can open up the split view, so I'm sure that you'll handle it. It's really, really easy. Let's get back to the settings though, and the gestures. That was the sidebar. When it comes to other things, let me show you the Moto AI that we have right in here. Simply tap on that. You gotta be signed into your Moto account, and in here we can create some images thanks to the image studio. We have also the playlist studio. We can take notes, use remember this function, ask or search, and update me function. Maybe let's begin with take notes. Record, transcribe, and summarize audio. Open the Moto AI Launchpad and then tap Take Notes to start recording. Your audio, along with an AI-generated transcription and summary, will be saved in the Moto Notes app. We can click on Start Recording, then click on Continue, click on Agree, click on Enable Permission, And now select language, click on continue. And now the Moto AI will record, transcribe, and summarize our meetings and conversations so you can be fully present. Okay, we can click on try it now. And now it works that way, in that way that it's going to, we gotta click on agree and continue first, then continue. We can sign to our Google account also. Click on continue. Okay. Well, first it needs to load. Select while using the app. We can allow for notifications. And now it works in that way that it's going to record my speech and it will automatically generate it will generate the text, and everything will be automatically sent to the notes, so we'll have a quick access to it. So it's recording, it's transcribing the text, and it's summarizing the audio simply. If I'll click the red button to stop the recording, everything will be saved and automatically sent to the Notes app. Let me show you that I will stop this. You can see that AI is finishing the job. It also recognizes the speakers, so if there will be, for example, two persons with a different voice, it will separate the speakers for speaker 1 and the speaker 2. But first let's wait until it's finished, until it's saved. Actually, it's taking longer than I expected. So let's keep waiting. Wow, it's taking longer than I expected. That's pretty long. So maybe let me speed it up a little, and I'll see you once it's sent. Okay, let's go with other things. We have remembered this function, so we can record what we want to remember, and we'll have it saved in our memories. In the settings in here we have some ideas. So let's click on save memory. We can now select what we want to remember. You can type it manually at the photo, or you can record it. So what do we want to remember? Let's say that select what is in the app. My car is parked near the city center in the zone A. Okay, and now if you want to save it, hit the button, click on continue. First you gotta enable the personalization, click on continue, and now it has been saved in Remember This app. You will have a quick access to it, and I don't know why I cannot enable that. Okay, it's in here, my bad. You also gotta sync with your Google account, and I don't know why it didn't save. Weird thing. Something is wrong today with this device, with this Moto AI and everything. But let's use the image studio now, so we can create stickers, avatars, images, and the wallpapers. Click on create an image. Actually, the photo that I have on my home screen is actually fully generated by the Moto AI. Okay, now let's select what do we want to create. Let's say that I want to create an image. Select your aspect ratio, square, portrait, or the landscape, and then the style down below. Let's say that I want maybe cartoon, and let's say what do we want to generate? Knight on a horse with sunset behind. Okay, click on continue. Okay, and it has been successfully generated. Of course, you can save it, copy it, or share with it. And now it has been saved in our photos. When it comes to other AI things, we have, of course, the Gemini. To launch it up, you gotta hold the power key. And in here, you can, of course, manually type what you want to know, what you want to ask for, or what action you wanna do. Let's say that I want to set an alarm, and I don't want to do this manually. I can simply tell the AI to do the job for me. So let's use this function. Set an alarm at 3 p.m. tomorrow and name it Do the Groceries.
I've set an alarm for you for tomorrow, June 3rd, 2026, at 3 p.m., named Do the Groceries.
Let's just take a look at it. Worked perfectly. We can also, basically when it comes to the AI, we can ask about anything that we want to know. We can ask for directions, where is the nearest restaurant, how to get to some places. We can basically about anything, and you'll get the answer. And some comments, just like you could see, work with our system, so we can, for example, remotely set an alarm. Let's say that we are in where we want to get to the nearest airport. Let's say that we are in Warsaw city center, and we want to get to the airport, so we can ask for the directions. I'm in the city center of Warsaw in Poland. Please give me directions to the nearest airport.
The drive from the center of Warsaw to the nearest airport, Lotnisko-Chopina, Warszawa, takes about 24 minutes via DW 634, covering a distance of 7.4 kilometers. You can view the full route details and real-time traffic conditions on the Google Maps route.
As you could see, it worked perfectly. That's, of course, an example of what we can do with the AI. I have just shown you a few things, but I highly recommend to explore those features on your own. Alright, and that's all in this video. Thank you all for watching. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe.